Hi everyone, thanks for coming in for a video. I'm so glad you're here. I am bringing you a little bit of my Chicago haul. It was a huge haul. I visited about 3 or 4 different, I think it was 3 different thrift stores, and I went to 2 times, 2 different days. So I got an array of things from costume, vintage costume, sterling silver, some 18 karat gold. I'll show you a lot of that later as well. This is just one that I want to bring to you now because I actually sold a couple of things from here, and I forgot that I inadvertently failed to film another piece that I found at the thrift store, and that was a vintage Napier beautiful chunky necklace that I sold at my auction, and I totally forgot to film that one. I hope you enjoy looking at jewelry as much as I do. Please take the time to subscribe today. I think you'll enjoy it. I forgot that I had sold this beautiful Monet necklace to my wonderful friend and longtime subscriber, Lynn Curdy, and it is off on the way to her now, so I forgot to film that. I wish I had showed it to you, but it was an amazing necklace in pristine condition. Unbelievable necklace. All right, let's start with this beautiful brooch because this one had me stumped. I have never run into a brooch like this. I've heard of them. I don't know even what they're called. If they're called interchangeable, I'm not sure. This is a deco style. These have very interesting rhinestone baguettes. They even have some kind of trillion cut here, I believe. No, they're square. Yeah, they're kind of a square cut. I forget what they call the square cut. But that's what's in the middle there. And these actually come apart into 2 pieces. And I've never, ever seen anything like it. Let me know if you have. Anyway, look at this amazing brooch, guys. I think it only has a, well, now I'm looking at a signature, possibly. You know, I bought these. Oh, let me show you quickly the prices. Some of them have all been removed, but let me quickly show you kind of the array of prices. I don't think I paid more than $40 for something, but most of the things were $6.56. From the other thrift stores, we have $4, we have $5. Most of these I took off. $5 on this one, and then here's another one for $6.56. Here's something I got for $15.70. So that was pretty much the prices that I encountered. This one looks like it has a signature that I'm just now noticing. Maybe it's just a patent pending right there at the top behind the bar. So let me take a look. Is it Coro? It looks like it says Coro. Yeah, it does say Coro. I cannot, it's in script. Looks like it says Coro, Dapper, or Dape, I don't know. I cannot read it, but it looks like one word is Coro. I'm not schooled in all things Coro, so please let me know what you know about this brooch. It is written at the top there. It looks like one of those words is Coro. Coro, and then the next word looks like a D. And again, it's written in script, and I do know how to read script. Not like most people these days. Most young people don't know how to read script. But doesn't that say Coro? Let me know what you know. The first word definitely looks like it says Coro. And I cannot read the second word. See that? And you can help me decipher that, because I do not know. But let me tell you what it does. Okay, so you unpin it here, and then somehow you lift this little, I forgot how I did it. I did it at the store, now I forgot. I think you bent, I don't want to break it. Oh my gosh, if I break it. There it goes, okay. It springs into it like this, right there. And then, are these shoe clips? Do they turn into dress clips? I don't understand. This one could be used by itself, but then this one is here. Let's see if we can take another look at that name again. They come apart, and then they go back together. And I have no idea what they are, so I know my experts will let me know. Honestly, I think this was only about $6. It wasn't very much. And I thought it was worth the price of tuition to learn something about these pieces. Beautiful deco style brooch, isn't it? I don't see any missing rhinestones at all. The ones in the middle are quite bright. more so than the other ones, but they're not really dead or anything. They're just a different kind of a champagne color. The other ones look stark white. All right, then I got this amazing bracelet. Heavy. I thought it was pewter. This one also sold at my auction. Interesting cuff. Very dimensional. It has a purple acrylic stone. It has purple rhinestones. And that spider is just sitting there perched so beautifully on this sculptural cuff. It's just amazing. Malleable, but very heavy and very easy to put on. And once you put it on, oh my gosh, it just gives you this incredible feeling. It's such an interesting bracelet. But that one did sell at my auction. This one is a J. Crew. And J. Crew is another really good current modern brand that makes really beautiful, beautiful jewelry. You can almost spot it as soon as you see it. Just the quality of the metal and the stones that they use are always gorgeous. It's a beautiful little collar here. It has the little tag there of J. Crew. Amazing. I love it. It has kind of a burgundy color, a smoky quartz color, a citrine color. Just so pretty. And it's not, I don't know, I think it's definitely, oh look, it's even got some AB stones there. Really pretty. It's not that it isn't super bright and shiny. It is, but it's not like dangles and dangles, and it's just really, in a way, actually understated. An understated flamboyancy, if there is such a word. There you go. It's a very nice piece. And then at this same place, they had some amazing pieces. I just was getting a rack. They were on racks. They were literally on racks, and I was just grabbing one thing after another and could not even believe some of the things. Now, I saw this telltale scroll that we all know as 1928. When they're not marked, usually you can find this kind of scroll on their earrings and bracelets, and many times their necklaces do have their little dangle tag, but sometimes they are definitely missing. And this is another great brand that's been around since the 70s, and I think this is an older piece because they actually made them much better back then than they do currently. Probably about 24 inches long, maybe 30 inches long. So that will drape very long right there. It has this kind of stations of almost morganite colored stones. They're kind of marled and pretty. And then we have some more pastel shades here. And just really pretty double Rolo gold tone and a very nice shade of gold tone. Not quite antiqued, but definitely a little subtle there. I love the little dangles. They're pink, and as I said, like a morganite peach and a pearly green. Just amazing, and such great condition. Amazing prices, but the condition really, really just amazed me. And there's their little hang tag right there. They're 1928. So I love this. I love the stations. They're so different. I don't even know how to emulate there. What do you think? Maybe some Etruscan or something, Etruscan jewelry. I'm not sure, but it's just gorgeous. I totally fell in love with this little tie. I found many things with ties. The necklaces, we've all seen the pearl necklaces. I have a couple of those, and I used to have a mesh one, but I gave it to my daughter in the men's tie look. But look at this thing. Isn't that amazing? I think it's so beautiful. I think this one was about $8. I don't remember. I know I showed it to you in the video, and I just totally fell in love with it. And that's just the cutest brooch. I would have to wear that on a collar. That would be so sweet. I love that. Let me see what else is down the middle here. Oh, this ring also sold at my auction. And this is an amazing agate in kind of a fuchsia color. It's a 10, I believe, and I could not. No way I was going to leave it there. I didn't care if it fit me or I had to wear it. I had to bring it home rather. It is just so pretty. I thought it looked something like a little exclamation point, a comma, maybe even a claw. It's just so different. Pink and purple and fuchsia. Unbelievable. And that is sterling, simply marked 925. All right, this was a really good deal. This is a Trafari. I love this. It's almost like a little clover. And it is the Crown Trafari. I love the brush juxtaposed with the high polish there on the little curl of the leaf. So that was an excellent find. This was where all of the brooches were in my video in the beginning. And very happy to find this one at a good price there as well. I just love it. The detail is amazing. Nothing wrong with this though. I don't really see any wear on this at all. Isn't that pretty? So that was a Crown Trafari. Then this one, guys, I paid $15 for it, and I normally wouldn't have bought it for myself. I may sell it, but what I bought it for, honestly, was for a little kind of a lesson, if you will. And of course, I do not consider myself an expert. I learn and I keep learning. And books, especially, if you've written a book, I'm going to go read your book before I listen to anybody in a chat or anything like that. We can all learn from each other. I brought this more like for a lesson because I've been hearing in auctions and otherwise the word stabilized misused. Stabilized turquoise is a standard in the industry. Of course, everyone would like to have a natural turquoise that has not been stabilized or dyed or reinforced in any way, but people are using that word to convey reconstituted and composite and Mojave. This is the correct term for this kind of turquoise, and it is a mixture of genuine turquoise with coppers and other elements. They are ground together and then poured together and basically made into a designer turquoise. That is not stabilized turquoise. Stabilized turquoise is a system, is a process they use for very soft turquoise, and turquoise is not a hard stone. It can be, some can be harder than others, but it is not considered a hard stone. I think it's probably a 6 on the Mohs scale, if I'm not mistaken, but it's not a hard stone, so it's definitely a practice that is accepted in the industry. This is not stabilized turquoise. So when you hear someone refer to turquoise as stabilized, please ask them what they mean. This is reconstituted turquoise. This is composite turquoise. And you will see your green and your purple turquoise also called Mojave. This is also called Mojave. And that's what it means. It says basically you're designing your own turquoise here. You're putting in some copper. You're putting in some turquoise. You could put in some purple and green dye. And now they've come up with a name called Mojave. Again, that can often be misleading if you don't ask questions at your auctions, and many people don't like questions. Many people take offense to questions, and I've decided not to frequent those auctions because I think I have a right to know how much something weighs, how big something is, what it's hallmarked, and I have a right if I want to spend my money. If you don't want me to spend my money at your auction, then I won't. But I'm going to ask you questions. When you say stabilized, what do you mean by that? When you say reconstituted, what do you mean by that? So, and again, terms are thrown around loosely by me as well. I've definitely probably been guilty of throwing a term around that is not correct. So always ponder it, ask about it, study it. Don't take someone's word in the chat about it, who may have heard it in another chat or read it in a book and misinterpreted it and maybe didn't actually read it correctly, because we don't all read as well as others. Some people read better than others. So make sure you know what they mean when they say stabilized. This is not stabilized. In groups of Native American Facebook groups that sell this product, and they're not deceiving anyone, they're telling you what it is, and they have referred to it lately, and I think that's what I'm going to start referring to it as, composite. It is a composite because it basically incorporates copper, turquoise, and other elements to bring it all together. All right, so that is that, and that's why I bought it, and I think it's really beautiful. It is set in sterling. I like all that rich copper matrix and the 2 shades of turquoise there. So that's what that is, and that is why I brought it to you, so I could give you a little bit of insight into it. When you hear those terms, again, there is not one expert that someone can say, well, so-and-so said, or per so-and-so. Please, when that so-and-so has written a couple of books on the subject, take it with a grain of salt. But even experts consult experts. So watch lots of documentaries on turquoise, read lots of books on turquoise, buy lots of turquoise, whatever you can afford. Consider it a tuition. You are learning something. But just because someone heard a term once and they may have seen it in a video and then they didn't even know what they were seeing, you can't always get the best views on a video. Make sure that you know that they know what they're talking about, because things can get murky very, very fast. It is called lost in translation. If I tell you something and then you tell someone else and then someone else tells someone in the chat and then someone else heard someone say something in the chat or someone else heard it differently in the video and then you go rewatch the video and like, wait, I didn't hear that. I mean, honestly, so teach yourself. That's the only advice I can give. Research, 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 research. Don't think one person is an expert, because there is no one expert. There are lots of experts. Just like we go for second opinions from our doctors. That was enough of that rant. Then I found these. I love big hoops, big earrings. These are not hoops, they're heart hoops. I would call them hoops anyway. And I saw someone wearing some of these in a video today. It was actually an educational video from our district. But hers were literally hoops, and they were pearls. They looked so pretty. They were bigger than this. And these are just darling. They might be a little heavy, but who cares? I'll wear them for a little while. I love them. They're gorgeous. I found these, and I'll tell you why I bought these. I bought these because they reminded me very much of the coral and Karat gold aesthetic of the 70s that you no longer see very much of, especially genuine coral. This is not coral, these are enameled, but they match my beautiful necklace that I got from Miss Liz over at Makeup Zombie, and these are 14 karat gold beads, and this is genuine coral, and this is a vintage piece of the 70s, and I adore it, and it has the most interesting clasp. It's got those little hook type clasp. I love it. It's in a barrel. How cool is that? And these are fluted 14 karat gold beads. I don't know if I've showed you this. I probably have, or at least in a picture. I know I've posted pictures of this in my Instagram. But that's why I got those earrings when I saw them. And I'm not a matchy person. I really am not. I feel like, the matchy jewelry has gone the way of matching your shoes to your purse. But I just couldn't resist these. I thought that would really, really bring it out. And that's what I like to do in a way. I like to play with the color. If I were to find the exact beads and gold, I don't think I would wear them at the same time as this. I really like to have just a little bit of a complementary piece to it. So that's what I did with that. I really like that a lot. All right, then I found this brooch. I don't think there's any kind of mark on it, but it's just a beautiful play of color as well. It has a little bit of lavender, kind of a smoky quartz color. And yeah, oh, there is a little signature. Let me see. Oh, I think it's that Gaston or whatever. I found one of his brooches last time. Yeah, it's one of those Graziano. I think it's Italian. I'll say it in Italian. Graziano. Yeah, I believe it's Graziano, and it's a very nice brooch. I have a black puffy heart by that maker as well. I could not read it correctly, and someone schooled me on it, and that's what I'm always so receptive to is knowledge. I will never say that I am done learning about jewelry. I don't think we ever are. So it's Graziano. I love that. Then this is a beautiful piece. This reminded me of those beautiful Bohemian glass and Czech glass, vintage Czech glass and Bohemian glass collection that Diana sent me, and I was like, this is gorgeous. I think I paid $14, $10 or $14 for it. I'm not sure if it's even vintage or what, but all of these are genuine pearls, and I honestly think these might be amethyst because of the play in color, the florals, and the beads definitely look like citrine. I see a lot of striation going on in that. I'm not sure about the clear, but I don't know if it happened on the way home or if it was already like that and I didn't see it, but I still love this piece more than anything, just to look at it and study it. But there is a teeny chip on one of the flowers. There it is right here. I don't know if it happened when I packed it in my purse. I didn't carefully wrap them or put them in boxes or anything. I just put them in my purse. I try to separate them, but that may have been what happened there. But it's still an amazing piece regardless. I don't believe the integrity of the piece is compromised in any way. I love the champagne colored pearls. They are beautiful, just gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, I paid up for it. I know it was over $10, but it's so heavy and so pretty, and I know those are gemstones and they are real pearls. And it's just gorgeous. I just adore it. And I thought someone might help me identify it as well. That's a very interesting back on there. Very good condition, but yet the pieces look old world to me. Then I got this brooch. I just love the orchids. I think they're so beautiful. And I love the enamel work on this one. It also has a pearl. Great condition. I love the enamel work, and I love the color. Bright red coral, a teal, and a mint. Very dimensional. I don't see any mark on it, but I think it's really pretty. And I got these. I left these on their card. These were $6.56, and these also reminded me of those beautiful items that Miss Diana sent me. I love these. Now, these are not glass. The ones that she sent me were glass and beautiful. These, well, I think that the beads in the middle are glass, but the rest of them are acrylic. And I'm kind of glad that they are, because they are lightweight. You cannot even feel these on. I think they're so pretty. Aren't those gorgeous? So I am excited to wear those. Here's another cute item. I love anything that kind of resembles an ID bracelet. I think that's such a cool look. A faux tortoiseshell on it. I think that is super cool. The metal is not super heavy, but it's not lightweight or anything, and I just thought it was really a nice look. Really pretty. I really like that a lot. Did we see it all? Oh, the bracelets. All right, I love this bracelet. Now, I ran into a whole bunch of silver bracelets, and I'm going to bring you some more. Some were sterling, some were not, but they were all, a couple of them were $4.99, and these other ones, I knew they were sterling, the other two that are there. But these, I wasn't sure. I just thought they looked very nice. This was $4.99 marked, but it's got a beautiful modernist look to it. This does pop open like that if you need it to, but this does look like silver tone to me. It is not looking like sterling to me, but for some reason the design just really caught my eye. It is a little bit big on me though, I just realized that, but it's so cool. I love it. It looks very kind of Denmark, Scandi school, whatever you call it. Love it so much. And then you saw this one in my little, I think in my picture that I put here on my community tab. Oh my gosh, I fell in love with this one. This is just beautiful. It is a Mexican design. It does have the T mark as well as Mexico, and that's another story about the T mark, guys. It can often mean Tasco, but it doesn't always mean Tasco, especially if you'll just take a look at some books and some documentaries on Mexican hallmarks, you'll see that the story is long, okay? It's not as easy as, yes, the T mark signifies Tasco, the A mark signifies Acapulco, the second or third letter means the third bench from the right in a certain artisan house, or atelier as they call it. That's not always the case. That was the case in the days of the masters. But many things happened. Many hallmarks were stolen. many other things happened in between. So every time I see a T mark, I usually just say it's a T mark. I am not one to say Tasco unless it actually says Tasco, and many of them do say Tasco. But anyway, I digress. This is a gorgeous piece. I love this design. I've had rings with this beautiful bead ball design, and it's just a classic, beautiful design. I love it. It is nice and weighty. It's also very malleable as well, so I think this may have to be a keeper. I really love the look of that. I think it's gorgeous. All right, then I got this one, and that one was $40. Then I got this one, and this one was approximately the same price, same store. This one is marked Israel. I love this one too. I love the fact that it has an adjustable strap, so you can either go in here on the first, and if it's still too big, then you can go on the second. So yeah, this is an adjustable bracelet. It's hammered. It's simply marked Israel. 925, I think, are the only marks on the inside. It really reminded me of a piece of a watch that I had that's sterling that I sold, and it had opals, and the bracelet really reminded me of it. And it was also made in Israel. But there is the mark there. It's got a beautiful hammered design on it, and other types of fabrication on the edges. So this is lovely. I just went crazy on that counter, and then she brought out more that I hadn't even seen. She's like, oh, we have some more rings over here, because I don't know, you get there and you just don't see everything all at once. And she said, oh, here's some more sterling rings. She saw that I was asking her to put these away, and yes, I'll take this, and no, I won't take that. So she showed me even more. That's a beautiful bracelet. Definitely much more to show you from Chicago. I hope you come back again very soon. I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Stay tuned for at least 2 more videos from my haul from Chicago. I'll show you my rings that I was wearing really quick, as most people like to see them, and I usually show them at the beginning of the video. I am wearing my wraparound rings. I'll just show you the main rings, because the other ones I always wear. I'm wearing a jade ring. This is a beautiful vintage one, signed with the maker as well as the purity mark. And then I'm twinning my James Avery Brutalist design in 14 karat gold and sterling silver. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Please come back for more from Chicago. I can't wait to go back. It is such a great visit when I go. I love it. I don't do much but hug on those grandkids, eat good food, and thrift. And what else is there? Give it a thumbs up, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.